live.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy James Walmer, and this is my co-host Vincent DeSantis.
How's it going,
Welcome
everybody?
back to June 19th, 2020 for Strictly Casual. I meant to say that the other way around, but it doesn't matter because this is your unoriginal podcast from unprofessional college students for episode 20.
That's right, episode 20.
This is a landmark.
It's like a second decade, but not really.
Exactly. We can't really say it's double digits.
Right.
Because this is the second time and 10th time that's happened.
I was talking to James earlier, and I feel like we've been doing this podcast for a long time, but when you look at it, we've only done 20 episodes, which is really not that much.
Yeah. Well, technically, we've done 21 with our Star Wars episode.
That's true. Dude, we gotta get our Spider-Man episode cooking in pretty soon.
I know. Ranking all the Spider-Man movies.
Oh my god.
As well as ranking all the Spider-Men.
Oh, you want to do movies and men? I'm so down with that. Okay, we're going to rank movies and men.
Okay,
That's going to be great.
Good. Everyone knows I'm great at ranking men. Welcome back to Strictly Casual. We hope you're having a great day. You're having a great week. Not a lot happened this week, but we still have notable things to give to you, the viewer, today. Without further ado, Finn, how you doing this week? I want to know before we get into the news.
I'm doing great. I've been
What you
playing Sea of Thieves because I finally got that running.
Incredible.
I've been playing. I jumped back into Destiny this week. We
You and I
raided
both,
a
my
little bit,
friend.
dude. We
did raid. That was a good time.
I had such a good time, and that's like the reason I like Destiny, because you can have some great times in Destiny, and you can have some extremely boring times in Destiny.
I think raids are definitely the highlight for me. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great stuff.
Great stuff. I've been playing pretty much all Destiny lately, trying to get back into it, just trying to feel something again.
Just trying to
you know how it is in that drought before next gen. But we had a few events this week that we want to go over, most notably EA Play, as well as some other videos released by developers. So Vinny, why don't we just get started since you since you carried my ass through this EA Play event.
It's all good.
Go for it.
First off, EA did not do ence marketing for this EA Play event.
I hardly knew what was going on.
Yeah, me too. Barely know about it. The only route I heard about it from was through Kind of Funny because Greg Miller was hosting it, and and that was like a day beforehand where I was like, oh shit, that's right, they're having a full thing tomorrow. But it's probably a good thing they didn't hype it up because it was not a very good conference. I'm gonna be completely honest right now.
Hey, they kept the expectation low.
That's very true. They kept it low. We did not get much stuff, James.
Okay, then this is my problem.
Yeah.
I feel like historically at EA's press conference for E3, in which would have normally happened.
Yeah.
At this time this year.
Right.
They would have done more, I feel like.
Well, that's the thing, James. After I explained this, they literally said in there, they're like, oh, we couldn't, we wanted to do this event to give you guys more of a heads up on what's happening. I think they laid it all on the table. Like, when I get to the end of this, they have their big hitter, you know? And sure, it was fine. Okay, let's just go right into it. This is going to be pretty quick. It starts off with, one of the heads of EA just, giving his statement about, all that's going on, how EA is working and sheltering in place, all that kind of stuff. It's now become a staple in these right now.
Of course.
Then you jump right into Greg Miller introduces the show. They jump right into Apex Legends. So Apex Legends has a new thing called the Lost Treasure Collection event, which basically seems like, bless you, it's basically like a mid-season kind of switch up. They're in season 5 right now, and they're just kind of switching up the gameplay a little bit. They're doing a shotgun and sniper mode with no respawns, new area of the map, or just a location. I can't really tell from what they showed, but you're able to hack this thing, and it gives you certain buffs, I guess, for the game. I don't really get it. New cosmetic items. It comes out June 23rd, so just in a couple days. And then after all that, that's all the Lost Treasure Collection. they announced that Apex is coming to Steam in the fall with crossplay, and Apex is coming to Switch also in the fall, and all of these consoles will have crossplay, and that was their big moment.
This is very interesting because it's indicative of the coming downfall of Origins, which I've been looking forward to for quite a long time. The entire PC gaming community has been watching and waiting for the downfall of Origins.
Right.
As we have seen multiple titles, like I think the Mass Effect games just went to, or no, it was Mass Effect 3 that just went to Steam because the first two were on there, I think.
Right.
But I think. But I think the third one just went over to Steam within this last week.
Okay.
So, and alongside Titanfall 2. And
more. I have more that I can tell you about too. Okay. So after the Apex event happened, or Apex little section, they moved on to Sims, which is the head of Sims. And literally, James, I was like, I'm a big Sims fan. As a kid, I played a lot of Sims, okay?
I did too. Sims 2 Pets? Are you joking my ass?
Oh, dude, Sims 2 was the game. Right now they're on Sims 4. So, and the Sims 4 has been out for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the Sims, it was like the head of the Sims, and she was just talking about how they're so excited that the community loves Sims and all this stuff. Then they went into these interviews with different people, how Sims have like changed their life. Like, it was so dramatic. It was like, when I wasn't accepted at school, I was just able to play Sims and it just transformed me into a new world where I could be myself and all this stuff. I was like, oh, that's cute for like 5 seconds. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And there was like 10 of these people, and at the end of their interviews, they changed into their Sim in the game, and it was all like happy-go-lucky. And then it switches back to the director of Sims, and she's like, we are so excited for the updates coming to Sims soon. Like, we will have more updates about Sims soon. I don't know if this means Sims 5 or new content for Sims 4, but they announced absolutely nothing about Sims besides it's coming to Steam, and it came to Steam yesterday. That was it, James, and it was a solid like 8-minute segment, and it was horrible. I could barely get through it. I was like, if this is the whole thing, I'm done. Give me the X.
I just think it's funny that Sims plays on the trope of you can't understand what anyone's saying ever.
Yep. And
it's all these kids or people who Sims has apparently changed their lives and given them like a world, and like that's cool, cool.
Right.
You
I don't
mean
to like discount that
in games, but when you're hearing Bashinama, Bascuti,
exactly.
Wow, Baguda.
Yeah, just catch me T/Motherload.
Just T/Motherload all day.
Hack the hell out of that game.
That's all it is.
That was it for Sims. Now we have a couple just like quick announcements. They said Dead Space 3 and A Way Out is on Steam today also.
Did you play A Way Out?
I played half of A Way Out with Enzo. We never finished it because like it kind of hit a lull in the middle, and it was hard to convince Enzo to play more with me because it was completely co-op,
How was the first half?
I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. And I would actually, James, we could definitely play that and it would be fun. I think we would enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
We could stream it.
It has a free copy. When you buy it, it comes with a free copy.
Oh.
So I still have that. Okay. And then Command & Conquer Remastered Collection, also available now.
Wow.
7 new games coming to Switch in the coming months. So that's all they said about that. And Burnout Paradise comes on the Switch tomorrow, which is today. So today, Burnout Paradise is on the Switch if you are interested in that.
And that's a remaster, right? Not a port?
That is the remaster, yeah. That remaster had previously come out on PS4 and Xbox and stuff already. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been out. And the next section was all about highlighting indie devs, and they did a little quick interviews. Now, at this point, I'm watching the conference. I get a call from my grandma, okay? I couldn't let this call go. I had to take it. So at this point, I mute the conference and take the call because it was kind of an important call that I was expecting. Now, so this next little section, I had absolutely no audio for the next like 10 minutes of the conference. Basically, yeah.
I scrubbed through it, and all I got was Joseph Ferris
Right.
saying, "It will blow your fucking mind."
Yes.
End quote.
And he famously at the Game Awards says, "Fuck the Oscars." He said that over and over again in front of all of the cameras, taking over Jeff Keighley's show. That's like his infamous moment. Yeah, he just kind of goes off. He's a crazy dude.
Apparently, yeah.
And so what I am seeing here is that he made a game that's like a movie. We've seen this a lot now. It's like they film a movie with different outcomes, and you choose which thing you do, and you play that movie. He showed pictures of himself behind the cameras, like the director and everything. You could tell he's hyping himself up major for this. I'm more excited for his reaction when the game comes out than the actual game itself. And that's it. I literally have nothing else to say.
Can we just get a Joseph Ferris game?
Huh?
Can we just get a game of him?
Oh, that'd be incredible. Oh, he made a way out, James.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be funny. Okay, that was all on Joseph Ferris. Next, it cuts back to Greg Miller. Greg Miller's looking like an absolute stud. Okay?
Yeah, he is.
I saw on Twitter people posting like 10 years ago, now and stuff. Major glow up for this guy. All right? So that was great. Okay. This next game is called Lost in Random that they announced. This is one of their brand new exclusive announcements. And it basically looks like Coraline. You know, like the animation movie?
Yeah, never watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. It's alright. Some people love it. I'm going to piss a lot of people off by just saying it's alright. I'm so sorry in advance. It's alright.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, not sorry. It's basically Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas had like a little baby. That's what it kind of seems like.
Very Tim Burton.
Oh my god, it's very Tim Burton. Exactly.
Like Tim Burton could sue for copyright infringement.
Exactly. Did Tim Burton do Coraline? I have no idea.
I want to say he did, but
Dude,
because it just
surprised.
seems like it just screams Tim Burton to me.
Or is it like Gert Verbinski or whatever? It could be him too.
Director Henry Selick.
Okay, never mind. Way off.
Yeah.
That's all right. Anyways,
he also did Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach and
all weird movies.
Monkey
Weird animation
Bone.
movies. He's like animation Tim Burton.
Monkey Bone. What the hell is Monkey Bone?
God,
Anyway.
I have no idea. Anyways, the game looks interesting, like the combat, but it's just not for me. I watched what it was and I was like, okay, I've seen enough of that.
Admire from a distance.
Exactly. Next up, another exclusive game that they're hyping up big time called Rocket Arena. And Rocket Arena is basically Fortnite, like a 5v5 looking Fortnite game.
Is that what we saw at the Sony conference?
No, that was like an arena like driving game.
Oh.
Like racing thing. This is
Sorry,
like
I saw the
jetpacks.
Rocket and thought Rocket League. Okay.
Right. It's a kind of I don't know. We're getting to the point where these are kind of overdone.
Yeah.
And not well. I don't know if these are doing it well. I said looks just like Fortnite graphics, LMAO, super arcadey, super average. And that was that.
That's that.
And at this point in the conference, I was able to hang up the phone, and I'm back. I turned the sound back on the conference, pretty much just in time for the Star Wars Squadron stuff, which I was most excited about this conference.
That's the big highlight.
Right.
That's the only part they hyped up. It was 2 days ago with the live stream. They said pilots wanted.
Yeah.
This is where you got the gameplay.
Right, and so we haven't talked about that either. Earlier on in the week, we got a trailer. And James, talk to me about the trailer. What do you think about it? The original trailer.
The original trailer.
The one that came out on Tuesday.
The original trailer on Tuesday. I think it was a good proof of concept. It did a good job at displaying what the game was narratively, what it was going to be about. What was a little misleading is I kind of didn't know whether it wanted to have you play as both sides or either side and pick one and run throughout. After this trailer, it is now known that you play as both sides, and I'm not sure if I like that game design choice. of
Hmm.
having you. I mean, I can see they can make that play out well, but we'll have to just see.
Yep.
Um, the original trailer did not necessarily get me super excited for the game.
Okay.
Um, while it did make it look like a very serious game, like I wanted it to be very engaged, very like
Yeah.
Rogue One, very like I don't know why Rogue One's my comparison, but
Well, it's just more gritty than the rest. Or like, oh
right,
crap, sorry
okay,
about the camera.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, but it's just not for me. At the end of the day, I knew from that
Okay.
trailer that
Wow.
this game is not for me.
Okay.
I think I knew before the trailer even came out that I'm like, I
Okay.
probably won't play this game. Or if I play, it'll be over Game Pass
Mm-hmm.
or a PlayStation Plus game or something similar.
Yeah, I haven't ruled
Or
it
a
out
deep
yet.
sale.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. It launches at $40 though. It's not a full 60.
You're right.
But yeah, I haven't ruled it out yet. It's not grabbing me a bunch. What is grabbing me would be the single player, because that looks interesting enough from the new trailer that we saw. They kind of showed a glimpse of it, and also the first trailer made this seem a little arcadey to me. And I know I've used that like twice already today, but that's my big problem with games. Is like if you pick it up and it doesn't feel like there's any depth. That's a huge problem I have. But no, it seems like they're going the more flight simulator thing. They showed like the different displays of each ship and all the different things on it and stuff.
It
I have
helps that
no
it's all first person.
Yeah, it's completely in first person. I have no idea how this is actually going to play. I want to see like a HUD or whatever. Or actually no, they want the HUD to be the ship itself.
Right. I was gonna say there's no HUD, I don't think.
But what are the buttons going to be? Am I going to have to like
Mm.
joystick over to like the right thing I want to click and fire, and joystick over like it's clustered. Like everything looks very clustered together, where you have to like go through things to get to like a missile or like your shields or something. So I'm curious about that. And again, it doesn't look like it has that much depth in the gameplay. You're jumping your ship. It looks like you can walk around on your base ship, but you jump in your ship, you fly around, you shoot things, and you probably respawn and do it again.
Yeah,
Like the story better be good.
I have a little bit of notes.
Yeah.
Down here at the bottom.
Do it.
I think it'll be cool to see how they incorporate VR as the game is playable in start to finish.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it
Playable
is from start to finish in VR.
That's gonna be the best way to play it. 100%. I
That
think
is
that's
gonna
gonna
be
be
the best way.
incredible.
Which the only that's interesting to market that to console gamers because the only VR they have is PlayStation VR.
Mm-hmm.
And with the interesting, I guess PlayStation VR is going to be compatible to next gen. I'd like to see. Speaking of which, I'm just very excited to see how PlayStation VR upscales and improves with the better hardware
Right.
on PlayStation 5. Might make me almost wish that I kept mine, but we'll see. So you play as combat pilots, obviously, for both the Empire and New Republic, as I've assumed. Originally, instruments in the cockpit are all essential, and I also assume that means no HUD.
Yeah.
And multiplayer. Also, if you're a Star Wars fan, Hera from Rebels is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Which is cool. In the multiplayer, there are 8 total ships. 4 classes: fighters, interceptors, support ships, and bombers. I think the way that they want to deepen some of the core game mechanics within multiplayer is through components, in which they just show a huge screen of meaningless icons. And you can customize pilots, and they seem to be like there's no microtransactions required.
Yeah, they said that. They tripled down on that too on Twitter today.
Okay, great. There's a dogfight mode, which is just standard 5v5. There's fleet battles, which is the signature mode. It's kind of like Galactic Conquest from Battlefront 2, or it's like multi-stage. Like first you attack these like freighters, and then you attack like bigger ships, and then you try and take out components of the capital ship, which is cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that's the thing I'd be most excited about.
But I'm still worried that like in the trailer they made it seem like there's all these different like approaches to your strategy and stuff like that.
Right.
And I want to see how that actually plays out because it might just be everyone. You know, when you're playing Battlefront 2 or any like dogfighting game, and you're
Mm-hmm.
just going in a circle like this, trying to find the guy who's
Yep.
on your tail. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's just what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
this.
Well, here's also one thing I'm really hoping from this game is that, let's say they have what, 6 ships? They said
8.
8 ships. I hope that every single one of those controls completely differently, and you have to master flying each of those ships.
That'd be very cool.
Because if it's the same exact thing, just cosmetically different and like looks different, then what's the point? I think each of them should. I know they each ship had stats that they showed. They showed a couple
Right.
of them.
Right.
I hope those are actually in play. Whereas, like, let's say in Mario Kart, when you're playing, you barely feel those changes. Obviously,
Yeah.
some carts are faster than others and stuff like that. And I know that's kind of dumbing it down to like compare it to Mario Kart, but each ship needs to feel completely different. That way, if you're really good at one ship, you can be terrible at another ship. That
Hmm.
makes it fun too. If you're really working on one, like I could be great at a TIE fighter, for instance, and you could be amazing at an X-wing, and I would be terrible at an X-wing, and you could be great, or you could be terrible at a TIE fighter, and that
Right.
balance, even though those are identical, like levels or whatever, you can be really good or really terrible with it.
Hmm.
That would make it a lot more interesting to me.
Hmm.
But that's
I agree.
really, I don't know. I'm not blown away by this game at all. I'm
I'm not
whelmed.
either. Launches October 2nd.
Oh, nice. I did not even get a date in there. My bad.
Okay, it was at the very end.
Okay. Very cool.
Very, very good.
Okay. Next, we had
Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson on a FaceTime call with EA, or with Greg Miller, or whatever you want to call it. And he was promoting EA Sports Next Level. Basically, EA Sports Next Level was just a trailer of all of EA Sports games looking chef's kiss beautiful, absolutely stunning. They showed FIFA, Madden. I want to say they showed golf in there. I know FIFA and Madden were the big ones, but it was just like a trailer.
Pro Tour 21.
Exactly. They just showed it like going through all those sports stuff, and just said that these next gen sports games are gonna look fantastic, and that was it. Literally no announcements, no dates, no gameplay, nothing.
Just
It
an
was
excuse for Lamar Jackson to come on.
just a sizzle reel with a big name. That's
Yep.
really all it was.
Very EA Sports.
But in this EA Sports trailer, they showed little hints of Need for Speed, James. Okay? And there was this shot, this beautiful shot that looked real, okay? Looked real. And I know like you could say that about some shots of Need for Speed beforehand that look very good, but I'm talking this camera is very close up on this. I believe it was a Porsche. I'd have to go back and watch it. And then the camera kind of cuts and you see the render lines. And so you see what it looks like in real time and what it's looked like rendering and stuff. And like the polygon or whatever, completely smooth, dude. Like
Wow.
the whole background is rendered, and like I'm literally getting chills thinking about it, and it was so dumb. I got chills watching it. The camera just panned and it looked so good. So good. That's all I have to say about it. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Um,
look.
Basically, they had a couple more. You're gonna look up that shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just probably in the EA Sports next level trailer. I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
Anyways, they went on, and just kind of like explained how their new games are going to take advantage of next gen. They showed Battlefield, which was very cool, with probably hundreds of different like rendered characters running in, and then they showed the actual render screen of like all the characters running together. That would, it's like they have the power to create an entire battle simulator instead of just having some people interactable and some people in the background to make it seem full. Like like they're able to render these huge things on next gen,
Wow.
and I thought that was kind of impressive show they did there.
Wait, Vin.
Yes.
These cars are rendered.
Yeah. Don't they look incredible?
They're fucking real.
They look insanely real.
That's incredible.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I was like kind of shook. I was like, my jaw was dropped. I was like, are you kidding me? It was like 5
Yeah, that's
seconds.
insane. I dead ass thought these were real cars, and then
Mhm.
the little thing came over and went whoop.
Yep, exactly, dude. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
It was
and that
so
is a
cool.
Porsche, by the way.
It was a Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I remembered. Sweet. Okay. Um, then they showed some Battlefield facial animations too, and they did the whole like eyes opening, eyebrows
For
moving,
sure.
face. It looked great, of course. But Battlefield cinematics have always looked really good.
But no new Battlefield game besides
James,
maybe a Battle Sim.
no. Well, it's not even a battle sim. They just said they have the power to simulate
Oh,
battles
it's
now.
just a tech demo.
Yeah. No, and it wasn't even a tech demo, bro. It was 5 seconds. They don't announce shit in this conference. There's nothing that got announced. It's just like, hi, we're EA and we're still making games. That's all it was to me. And then they're like, one more thing before we leave. I was like, are you kidding me? This is it? Like, you went this whole conference and you announced a Tim Burton ass looking game and a Fortnite looking game? And that's it? That's all you did? Anyway, I was like, that's it? Okay. They
Until
said one more game. And then I was like, oh my god, it better be Gods and Monsters. And then I realized that Gods and Monsters is the Ubisoft title. And it's not an EA title. And so I was like, no, they're not going to be that. But holy shit, James. They did it. Skate 4 is happening.
wow.
Do you have a history with Skate at all?
I do. I remember especially around I hopped in around I can't remember whether it was Skate 2 or Skate 3, but I remember I really wanted Skate 3 after playing. No, it was definitely I jumped in at Skate 2 and I really wanted to play Skate 3
Yeah.
because they had that whole the challenge where you literally just ran off of like cliffs and stuff and
Yeah.
you'd see how many bones you can break. That
Uh-huh.
was great.
The Hall of Meat.
The Hall of Meat. That's
Uh-huh.
what it was. It was
So
incredible.
when I was just a wee lad, I would go to the library and instead of getting books, I would rent Wii games.
Mm.
And so I would rent Skate 2 for the Wii quite a bit. And I played the hell out of Skate 2. Then I was like, you know what? Skate 3's been out a couple of years. I bet I can pick it up at GameStop. So sure I did. And Enzo and I would play Skate 3 all day. We'd do the free roam, because Skate 3 had free roam, which is all I would do.
Yeah,
Screw the
same.
whatever the story is,
I never
whatever
did a
that is.
single story mission.
No, it was I'm gonna get the best tricks and literally just skate around this map for an hour, 2 hours, break some bones, get some points,
Mm-hmm.
customize my character. So I am very excited for Skate 4 because that is a fun gameplay loop.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
a great gameplay loop.
Flicking
Now
some sticks.
Yeah, they haven't announced that it's Skate 4 yet. They just said they're working on Skate. I really hope it's not a remastered, but they'd be dumb if it wasn't Skate 4.
It is very, very early in development.
Very early. They probably could have announced this at next E3, and it
Yeah.
still would be a ways out. I don't think we're getting this game anytime soon, but I'm glad it's happening.
I have a little bit of an issue with that just because I don't like being suspended in anticipation for more than like 2 years for a game. I just think that's
At Cyberpunk, at Last of Us.
yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima.
I guess. But that's just personal.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that's the whole conference. That was it.
yep. Thank you, Cringe Miller.
Yeah, oh yes. Greg cracked some skate jokes and the entire chat was saying Cringe Miller, and I felt bad. I was like, Greg doesn't deserve this. He did great.
Yeah, I love Greg. Love him to death.
Okay, that was it for EA Play.
Cool.
Take this next one, James.
All right. This week we got an update from Cyberpunk Game on Twitter with yet another delay.
That's right.
I found out about this courtesy of Nibel's Twitter, one of my favorite gaming journalists, digital media journalists. The statement from Cyberpunk Game reads, "We have decided to move the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 from September 17th to November 19th. Those of you who are familiar with the way we make games know that we won't ship something which is not ready. Ready when it is done is not just a phrase we say because it sounds right. It's something we live by even when we know we'll take the heat for it. At the same time, we are fully aware that making such a decision costs us your trust, and trading trust for additional time is one of the hardest decisions a game developer can make.
Mm-hmm.
And despite we think it's the right decision for the game, we'd still like to apologize for making you wait longer. Our intention is to make Cyberpunk 2077 something that will stay with you for years to come. In the end, we hope you understand why we did what we did. At the time we are writing these words, Cyberpunk 2077 is finished both content and gameplay wise. The quests, the cutscenes, the skills and items, all the adventures Night City has to offer. It's all there. But with such an abundance of content and complex systems interweaving with each other, we need to properly go through everything, balance game mechanics, and fix a lot of the bugs. A huge world means a huge number of things to iron out, and we will spend the additional time doing exactly that. This week, journalists from all over the world are starting to independently play the game, which is super cool.
Which I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying who? Like a lot of the big journalists, who's playing this?
I'm also curious about that because I haven't heard anything from anyone. We are eager and quite stressed, in parentheses, to hear their opinions, as well as see your reactions when they publish their previews after we air Night City Wire on the 25th of June.
Let's go.
We hope this will satisfy some of your hunger for the game as we work to polish it for November launch. So, James, we have a few things here.
Nightwire's next week.
That's crazy. First of all, we have
damn.
I feel like we have something on the 22nd too, but it slips my mind.
There's a Twitter account, and this guy is tracking all of the events and all like the releases and stuff like that, and changing the dates when everything gets changed. So he has this master thread. If you go to the bottom of the thread, it's updated for that day. Super nice. I gotta send it to you.
Yeah, please send that to me. That'll be a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an idea on what Night City Wire is probably going to consist of. I mean, not really. We don't know what Night City Wire is going to be, but we know that right after that, it looks like some kind of preview embargo is going to be lifted.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that it's going to be a live event like we've been seeing. I'm sure it'll be CD Projekt Red telling us how they've been working on the game. They'll probably do the whole developer interviews a little bit. They'll probably share some journalist opinions that are probably going to be interviewed and stuff like that. And then it's going to be kind of hype, and they'll probably, I'm going to guess, give us a 25-30 minute gameplay at the end of that.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, dude. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take any more Cyberpunk gameplay. It's so, even though they have 2 hours out, I feel like I barely know the game. They have 2 hours of gameplay released. How do you feel about this getting delayed?
I feel good about it getting delayed because this means that it is easier for me to make the decision to wait until next gen. Yep. Also, November 19th is a date that is extremely close to some of the leaks that we have seen.
It is the day for the leak. For the
it is the day? I thought it was 20th.
No, okay, I've seen the 19th. France, Amazon posted the PS5 for $4.99 November 19th, released with the pre-order starting next month or whatever it was.
4.99 euros or US dollars?
US.
Okay.
Someone did the conversion. It was 500 and something on the in euros, and then someone did the conversion that was 500 US.
Right.
But
I saw 4.99 and 4.50.
Okay. Also, yeah, those are just leaks. It's not for sure or anything.
Right. Those are just leaks.
That lines up with Cyberpunk.
That is
release,
Thursday.
Cool.
Thursday, November 19th.
That'd be damn cool. So I would say I'm super excited about this being delayed again.
Mm-hmm. I am
too.
And
not just because, the biggest reason is I'm not going to buy it on PS4 and then play it on PS5. I want to buy it and play it on PS5. I don't want to play it on PS4.
Yeah.
I feel like this game is absolutely huge, and it's going to take advantage of the next gen, totally, which is going to be awesome. And I lost my train of thought.
No worries.
It's going to be polished. It's such a huge game, and 2 more months, that's great. They're just going to make it nicer and nicer. They're going to get those review scores up, you know?
Yeah, which, I mean, CD Projekt always does a great job. And Nibel even said on Twitter, he said, it's not a CD Projekt game if it's not delayed multiple times.
Yeah. It's fine. I wasn't worried about it.
It's on brand for CD Projekt.
I know a lot of people pretty mad about this overall, but I don't know.
I don't think there's a lot of reason to be. Like, I understand that you wanted the game really bad. Everyone wants it really bad.
Yeah.
But what's
Now,
2 more months?
if you're playing this on PC, then yes, you can be more mad. If you're
Yes.
planning on playing it on PC.
Yes. In addition to this delay,
Mm-hmm.
they have also said that we are happy, quote, we are happy to confirm that Cyberpunk 2077 will be backwards compatible with both next-gen consoles. Your PS4 copy of the game will work on the PS5 on launch day. Anyone who buys the game on Xbox One will be able to play their copy on Xbox Series X when the console launches too. End quote. In addition, although it is completely straightforward, compatible, and you'll be able to take advantage of that next-gen hardware, a even later upgrade to Cyberpunk 2077, probably in Q1 2021,
Yeah.
will be taking advantage of the full capabilities of next gen hardware and available for free.
Yes.
Uh,
Real quick on that.
and
That
both physical and digital apply for this.
Yeah, both physical and digital for free.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to talk real quick about this upgrade coming later to take advantage of next gen hardware.
Sure.
I believe that, let's just take PS4, PS5 for example. For the PS4, you're going to be able to play it and it'll run well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk's not going to make it tank on PS4 or anything. It'll run well. You could play it on PS4.
Right.
When you bring it to PS5, it's automatically going to run better because of the SSD, just all the new stuff they have within the PS5. Later on, after, like maybe, right, like you said, like Q1 2021,
Sure.
they'll have some sort of upgrade patch, which I'm assuming will be textures and like stuff like that. Not necessarily load times, because that'll come with the PS5, those load times and stuff like that.
I think so as well.
So I think we're going to see a giant, maybe a huge 4K upgrade or something like that coming to the PS5. That's my guess, at least.
Yeah.
But very cool.
I think it is more likely. I think I'm going to switch the two and say
Okay.
the textures and the graphical fidelity is going to be upgraded, but maybe we won't see some of those token PS5 extremely fast load times.
Really?
And until the update in Q1.
The only thing I would say against that is that the PS5 is built to do that with any game.
Sure.
So
sure.
like I don't know how they would enable it to go faster, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But
so
regardless,
right. Yeah.
they say in their update Cyberpunk that they're wanting us to play this for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they have years worth of content that they're making and I'm enjoying the game, then it's gonna be no big deal if we do this upgrade later on.
Sure.
I'm not really too worried about it. At first,
Sure.
I was like, I want to play the best it can be right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But again, people have been playing The Witcher for a long time. It has so much content in that game. I'll be fine. I can deal.
We'll be great.
Yep.
We're in good hands.
Yep.
In addition, this week, Guerrilla Games through PlayStation's YouTube channel released a Guerrilla Talks video in which they highlighted Horizon Forbidden West and went over some of the gameplay details. It goes over the same trailer that we've seen previously, but it has some added commentary on top, saying that the title refers to the playable landscape, which is obvious. They say that there's virtually no load screens in the entire game, which set me off a little bit because we've heard this phrase for years and years.
Virtually no load screens?
I feel like we've been teased with no load screens for a long time because that's always been the
power
reaching.
of the PS5, baby. Hopefully. Maybe we'll see a change.
Put
the money where the mouth is.
Earlier years when we've heard like claims about no load screens, this means that a lot of the time game devs will hide load screens and other sorts of animations, whether that's hallways or opening doors or any sort of break, or in Jedi Fallen Order when you're like shimmying through areas, that's disguising load screens. So maybe we might see a few of those.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
they're smart about it though. And these big game devs or big studios, they know how to
mhm.
do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Um, they gave some names to some of the robots that we saw in the trailer, like the big turtle robot being called a snapper, or I saw another name on social or on Twitter, but
Mm-hmm.
um, snapper. Sunwings are the pterodactyl robots. There's new tribes, some peaceful and some hostile, much like Horizon One. There's the mastodon looking ones. I think it's called a Tramatusk. A little hard to understand with their accent. Sorry, Gorilla Games. Uh,
Yeah, I'm trying to read
Cor-
that too. I have no idea what it would say. Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't remember. Couldn't really make it out. The core gameplay or core story element is that there's a red blight that is destroying the biosphere. In the trailer, you see Aloy. She leans down, and the fox is like,
Yeah.
um, and there's like red leaves everywhere, and she like kneels down, picks them up, and then you see a few like native tribes people walking around in a field, and there's like
Yeah.
red stalks, and you can see there's a storm clouds in the background with like red lightning.
Yeah.
And so that is a huge part of the narrative for this game. And then we also have a quote hopeful 2021
Hopeful
release window.
2021. Okay.
Hopeful 2021.
Honestly, the environment of the jungle and water areas look very cool to me.
Yes,
That's the highlight of the trailer to me.
I really enjoy the underwater is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like the dense jungle. I think that's very cool. But I always really liked the huge sand duney desert.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We didn't really get that in Horizon 1. We got more of like a. How would you describe the desert in?
Um, like a mesa. Like it's not
Yeah,
just sand. It's more of
it's like rocky.
rocky sand. Yeah, that kind
Yeah,
of stuff. Which is cool.
but
It
this
was
is
fun.
like Sahara Desert
Yeah,
looking
that would be
sand.
sweet.
Very cool.
Okay. Now, this is big.
This is big.
This is big. One day before this announcement, Nintendo posted that they were having a little Pokemon Direct the next day. I actually don't know if it was a Direct. It was just from the Pokemon Company. And the next day, here we are, sitting down. I didn't actually watch this live, but many people sat down in front of their computers to watch what they thought was going to be a Pokemon Sword and Shield update. James, you're frozen. Nope, you're good now. You're back.
Froze for me
You're good.
for a hot sec.
Yeah, you froze for me too. Okay.
Okay,
Anyways,
we're back though.
we're back. Pokemon Snap announced for Switch, baby.
Come on, baby.
Did you play the original Pokemon Snap?
I did not play the original Pokemon Snap.
Me neither. I think I was.
64.
Yeah, I did not either. But major cult following. So here's what we got.
Following.
During a special Pokemon Presents video presentation, the Pokemon Company has revealed a brand new Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Snap. The spin-off, which is based on the cult classic N64 game, involves taking photos of Pokemon in various locations. New Pokemon Snap takes you to islands with a variety of locales, including jungles and beaches, where you can research various Pokemon in their natural habitats. The photos you take in-game will build up a Photodex, not a Pokédex, my bad, which is undoubtedly similar to the Pokédex from the main series of Pokemon games. The company also says you'll be able to discover new, never-before-seen Pokemon expressions and behaviors by doing so. The original Pokemon Snap was released in 1999 and was well received by critics and fans. We recently counted it among our favorite Pokemon spin-offs. It's one that fans have been hoping to see make some kind of comeback in the Switch for some time now.
Very cool.
If this is a free game, I'll pick it up. That's kind of the thing I'm looking at right now.
Can you imagine them asking $60 for Pokemon Snap? People would pay it.
Absolutely. It would probably sell great.
Yeah.
But
Not to me, but to a lot of people.
Not to me. I still haven't finished Sword and Shield, so
I also still haven't finished Sword.
that'll after I don't know. I'll get back to it eventually. You know.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this. I think it's cool
Mm-hmm.
that they're doing something for the nostalgic community.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks like I
but
could have fun with this for a little bit.
yeah, definitely not 100-hour plus game.
Nope. No. All right.
Go for it, then.
This is good too. Sony
Mhm.
promises a redesigned PS5 dashboard with no pixel untouched. And this comes from Tom Warren at The Verge. Sony showed off its PlayStation 5 console design last week and briefly teased the OS. Now Sony's VP of UX design at PlayStation, Matt McLaurin, is promising an overhauled user interface for the PS5, describing the new software interface as a very interesting evolution of the OS. McLaren says it's a 100% overhaul of the PS4 UI, and there are some very different new concepts.
Very cool.
As its UI, it's practical first, but it's a whole new visual language and a complete re-architecting of the user interface, explains McLaurin. The new PS5 OS is more subtle than flashy, but no pixel is untouched. James, I'm all about the simplistic look. It looks so clean and nice.
Minimal.
Yeah, nothing needs to be overcrowded.
Very clean.
McLaurin says that the team will show off the new OS soon, after Sony briefly teased a part of it during the PS5 game stream. The PS5 OS was shown as part of several Easter eggs touched throughout Sony's event last week, culminating in the hardware reveal. Now, at the end of the article, Tom Warren quoted some very interesting things. This is another quote from McLaurin. This hardware is also customizable in ways previous gens weren't. He even teases a maybe response to questions about a black version of the PS5, and said that there will be a special edition for everyone. It isn't clear, we haven't heard every detail about the PS5 hardware or software just yet. But James, if I'm reading this correctly, we may be able to customize how our PS5 looks on the exterior as well as the UI. That's what
I've heard a theory.
Yeah.
That the white side, the plates on the outside of the console will be able to be interchangeable. That is one theory that I've heard.
Interesting.
So perhaps you'll be the white plates that are on the outside, you might be able to switch that out for, get God of War 2 Special Edition, and you have God of War plates that you put in there. Or Last of Us 2 plates that you can put in there on there.
That's an interesting thought.
I said maybe change the color of the lights going to the plates. I think that would be cool, but we'll see. Maybe that would drive up product costs too much to put in RGB lights.
You never know. They're getting
but
cheaper.
You never know.
I like the white design a lot. I think it looks cool. I think black would also look cool, but we'll see. Maybe there might be a whole thing where you can pre-order a certain color of it. You know what I mean? I don't really know. But I'll probably stick with the white unless some other color blows me away. Like, I would get a gray one, like a gray and black one. That would look so sick. Oh my god.
That'd be very cool, like a matte gray and black.
Yep.
Very good.
Keep the center black with the outsides like the PS1 gray.
Very cool.
It'd be dope. Okay, that's it on that, on the PS5.
All right. We have some new job listings from Crystal Dynamics' next AAA title. As we know, Crystal Dynamics they're working on the new Avengers title, and they also work on Tomb Raider. This is from Saqib Mansour at segmentnext.com. The job listing says they're seeking producers and environment artists in building a new AAA title. They want the applicants to be well-versed in both natural and architectural environments. This article says this does not likely mean a new IP, but likely another installment of a pre-existing franchise.
Right.
He infers that fans probably take it to clue a new Tomb Raider installment, which is likely.
Hell yeah.
They are finalizing and finishing up the development process on Marvel Avengers right now, but I am looking forward to see how they continue outputting content to Avengers.
Now, as a huge fan of the 2014 Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider, I've let myself down and I have not played Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet, but if they keep pumping out Tomb Raider games, dude, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think those games are great. So if that's what they're working on, stoked.
I still have yet to play any of them.
Highly, highly recommend. James, you can have my Steam login and play Tomb Raider on your PC. I have the first
Tomb
one.
Raider on my PC.
Oh, there you go. Just play it.
Yeah.
It's so damn good.
Okay. All right, everybody. It's time for your favorite part of the show, random fun stuff.
We have a measly 2 items on RFS.
It is a measly 2 items, but you know what? We have 2 releases. First one is Burnout Paradise Remastered, releasing on Switch.
Which, yeah.
I didn't look at review scores. Do you know how it's doing, Ben?
No, I think they haven't re-reviewed it, I don't think, yet.
There is a Polygon review. I'm going to read the headline and see, and that's all I'm going to read from the review. How does Burnout Paradise Remastered run on Nintendo Switch? DJ Automata welcomes you back to Paradise City. That's all we see. And that's it. All right, great.
So who knows? All right, the world may know. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay.
The other one is Disintegration, which is an interesting title that is both equal parts a real-time strategy and first-person shooter.
Yeah.
I read an article that says it tries to do 2 things and doesn't really do either of them well.
Damn. And that's from one of the original creators of Halo. Like a single person, not a company. Yeah. I'm actually curious to watch some gameplay on this. Just like I'm interested to see what the kind of gameplay loop is like.
Right. I hate to see it, but I didn't really expect this game to be good.
Yeah. No, me neither. It doesn't look polished at all. It looks like it's just there.
I agree. It just looks like it's just there.
Yeah.
Finn, where did in our Strictly Casual Discord?
Yes.
There is no longer a Strictly Questions channel.
Really?
It's not there anymore.
Okay. Well, I need to re-add that.
I tried to, but I just couldn't do it for some reason.
I will check that out and make sure.
Anyway, speaking of the Strictly Casual Discord, you should join. We'll have the link down in there in the description, as well as our brand new Twitch.
That's right.
Channel.
James, tell them our plans. Tell them what we're kind of like working on right now at Strictly Casual. Give them a quick update.
Here's what we're working on at Strictly Casual. We want to come to you, the viewer, first, give you first access to our content, and so that means that we will be live streaming our weekly news roundups every Friday or other day of the week, because classes in the fall are going to be tricky.
We'll see in August. It might change in August, yeah.
Might change in August. However, you can expect to see us on Twitch every Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time at Strictly Casual Podcast on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
We look forward to seeing you there. It's going to be the exact same format. We just hope to have some interaction with the viewers, get in the chat, go crazy, go stupid. It's going to be great. You'll see our Twitters,
Twitches, Instagrams, Discords, all that good stuff. That's what I'm talking about. All of it
in the description. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. If you liked it, tell us what you liked, tell us what you didn't like in the comments. Everybody.
Hey, our DMs on Twitter are always open. We've had some great conversation with other podcasts and entertainment stuff. We'd love to chat, whatever it is. So, yeah, please hit us up. It'd be great.
Please hit us up.
Have a phenomenal week, you guys. Next week, we'll be covering Nightwire, which I'm so stoked about. And there's a potential of a special guest next week. We will keep you updated on that as well on our socials. Okay.
Great.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, everybody.